Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. We just got finished covering Wimbledon. We took Alcaraz to win, even though this is a Sinner fan channel. We love Sinner here, but it looked like it was the thing to do. It wasn't the thing to do, regrettably so. I ended up still putting a little bit on Sinner to win over 21 games as well, so I'm a bit happy with that outcome, but still, shame we couldn't do it on the channel for you guys. Come back stronger for the next final. That's all we can do. So, with the next tournaments that we do have, I want to make sure you guys pop into the comments and let me know what you guys are playing for today. We got quite a few things to go through, so I'll be as quick as I can. And also make sure you check the pinned comment, see what I'm playing. And if you are enjoying these breakdowns, like the video. If you are trying to get the most up-to-date picks from me, make sure you subscribe so you can get the picks as soon as they get uploaded. And if you would like to donate, there's a link in the pinned comment as well. All right, friends. We're so close to getting on to that hard court. So we're going to ease into it. And I'm going to ease us back into the clay. Because we're going to go to Stade in Switzerland, and we're going to start there, okay? So, first round, before we even get into any of them, you guys know, first round is a whoa. So, if you ever have looked at any video of mine covering any tournament, any video of mine, any tournament, you know the first round is a place where you say you can fade or not. So, fade it or not. It's up to you. Do as you please. But I'm going to be going through everything, and there's going to be something here I will find that I will like. So, let's get into that. First things first, we'll get into Stade. And we have a decent little lineup here going. We had a few play already today in the first round, but we can touch up on those outcomes in the later video. All right, so looking at Stade, we have Juan Manuel Cerundolo going against Jean-Léonard Struff. This is the first time these guys will be seeing each other. We know Struff was just in the was just participating in Wimbledon, not playing too badly. As far as Cerundolo, he is 33-16 on the clay this season. All 33 of his wins have been on clay. And then we have Struff, who is 1-6 on the clay this season. Seemingly no reps. Or no good ones, at least. He lost to Ofner back in the French Open. And right before that in Hamburg, he lost to the young Justin Engel in straight sets and 2 tiebreaks. And then he went against Kecmanovic in the Challenger. Lost 6-1, 7-5. And lost to Tsitsipas as well. Like, he's had a rough time on the clay. And then we look at Juan Manuel made it to the final in the Challenger against Mariano Navone. Got to the quarterfinals against Sina. I like this guy to win a set. Call me crazy. Honestly, he should win the match. He should win the match. His record on the grass kind of speaks for itself, so I would look at him getting a win there. It's plus 136. So still first round though. Can't be too sure. We can hop on into the next one. We got Francisco. Let me see. We got Comesana going against Trungelliti. Marco Trungelliti. And Comesana is a slight favorite. Minus 182. This will be their fourth head-to-head. All on the clay so far. With Comesana winning most recently in 2023. But losing just 2 months earlier to Marco. So it's been some time since they played each other. As far as ranks going, they're about 74 ranks apart, one being in the top 100, one not being in the top 100. Comesana being the one that's in the top 100. He's 15 and 11 on the clay so far. He just came from playing on the grass. And then we have Trungelliti, who has been playing on the clay pretty much since the beginning of the month. He's had about 2 weeks of matches. He made it to the semifinals of the Troyes Challenger in France, and he's playing pretty close matches here. I think he can win this one as well, honestly. So I would look at maybe game spread with these guys, but it looks like these underdogs, to me right now, like they should be winning. On paper, at least. Marco is 23 and 13 on the clay this season. His record is 26 and 18. He's got a 61% win rate. Going against Comesana, who's 18 and 17 this season, 15 and 11. So 15 and 11, and then 23 and 13. Almost got it. Oh, I got it. Ninja. So, deal with that later. I like Comesana to lose the match, honestly, but I would take a spread, an old spread, just to be really safe, because you know it's that first round. So you can get Trungelliti at plus 3.5 on the spread. Why not? Check Cerundolo as well. Same price. Not mad at it. Minus 170 for both of them to get plus 3.5 on the set spread. All right, we can move right along. We got Landaluce or Landaluce going against Goffin. Or did we miss one? Where's this Martinez match? Burachaga. Oh, that's on Wednesday, that's why. My mistake. Alright, so next we have, Landaluce versus Goffin.
Landaluce.
Landaluce, okay. So, forgive me. Landaluce going against Goffin. Landaluce is the slight favorite at minus 134. Goffin has been having a tough break, huh? He's been having a tough time. And seemingly just going from place to lose. He's played about 6 matches on the clay this season. 1/2 of them lost, the other half. He's on a 3-match losing streak. including his straight set loss in Wimbledon, his retirement against Muller in Madrid back in May, end of May, early June. So probably best to stay away from this match. Probably Landaluce gets this done just off of form or lack of. But, this guy is also coming off playing a lot of grass play, so who's to say who adjusts better here? I'd probably just stay away from this one altogether. And then next we have Arthur Rinderknech going against Francesco Passaro. And if you're wondering, Goffin and Landaluce, they never played each other before, so that's why I didn't bring it up. There was no head-to-head history. So for these two, there is some history. They played just last year, and Passaro actually won in 3 sets. It was close the whole time. Rinderknech is actually not the favorite here. Passaro is minus 128, even though he's ranked 131. He is Italian. He's 23-13 this season, playing a lot of clay. He's 18-9 on the clay this season. Most of the wins being in challengers. Rinderknech has been kind of on a pretty decent run on the grass. Just safe to say, going through Ben Shelton, Opelka, Damir Dzumhur, Zverev. He had a pretty good run. Denis Shapovalov, he's been doing all right. But when it comes to the clay, he does not seem to do too hot. His only win on an ATP player was Kecmanovic, and then Mark Leal, who's a challenger level player, and then Roman Safulin, who he beat as well. So this is another tough one. I'd probably stay away from this one as well. It's hard to say. Whoever comes out on top on this one deserves to win, I guess. And I think we just have 2 or 3 more. Okay. We have Roberto Carballas Baena going against Carlos Taberner. Or Taberner. So far, the head-to-head between them is 3-1 Carballas Baena's way. Taberner had a retirement in their last match 3 years ago, but they haven't played since then. So they haven't really had a real match in over 5 years. So it's hard to say who's going to be playing better here based on their history, but looking at their clay performances so far this season, there's been very minimal from RCB. We've had quite a few matches from Carlos Taberner. 28-13, 64% win percentage on the clay. It's actually higher than RCB's as well, even though he's 5 years younger. It's actually even money. I don't see why not. It's plus 4.5 on the game spread. I'm sorry, minus 350 for him to go plus 4.5 on the game spread. Not too mad at that. It's a decent parlay piece if you're thinking about doing something like that. It's probably my pick for that one, honestly. Don't want to outright say Taberner gets it done, but I think he does. And then our last two should be Jerome Kim, who will be native to the Swiss courts, and also Calvin Hemery. First head-to-head between these guys, have not played each other before. Kim is 12-9 on the clay this season. He's a 64% winner on the clay. He plays very well. He's 14-15 this season, though, across all surfaces. Hemery is 30 years old. Kim is 22. Hemery is 20-14 on the clay, so just a bit better. His win percentage is about 60%, so a little bit lower, but his win rate this season is a bit higher. 24 wins and 21 losses. A bit of a toss-up if you ask me. They're pretty closely ranked, and they've yet to play each other, so I would kind of hope that this young kid gets it done, but you know, the experienced always have a way of getting things that they want in certain times. When the young lose control and lose focus, the mental seems to be a bit stronger from the older folks. Comes with the territory. So I don't have much of a pick for this one. Last but not least, we have Alexander Shevchenko going against Stan Wawrinka. We love Stan Wawrinka. If anybody has first-person tennis, the VR game, and you practice against the AI, he is the AI you play in the game. So as you scale up the difficulty, he plays more like him, and it's very hard. Very hard to play him. Which is nothing for me to say. I'm not much of a tennis player, but I'm trying to get good. Anyway, Shevchenko and Wawrinka, they've played each other once before. It was 2 years ago on the indoor hard courts in Switzerland once again. There's a 16-year age difference between them, but only a 51 rank difference. They're both not in the top 100. But seemingly Wawrinka's number was figured out. But as we have seen, he's been playing a lot of clay this season. And he was on a 4-match losing streak across multiple challengers and the French Open. But coming back into this ISE challenger, he made it to the semis, lost against Elmer Moeller. And then we have Shevchenko, who lost in straight sets to Opelka in Wimbledon, right? So I think Wawrinka gets it done here. Honestly, I mean, he's older, but he's got the reps in right now on the clay. It's been a little over almost a month or so since we've seen Shevchenko on the clay playing, so I kind of will put it to the form and experience of Wawrinka on that one. And that should be all the matches for Stad, which is, I guess, the earliest ones that we have. I guess not. My mistake. Bustad. So let's move over to Bustad. In Sweden. And our first match, which is early as hell for me, is going to be Kopriva going against Ugo Dellien. Kopriva has beaten him 3 times in a row. Most recently on the grass in Wimbledon, or not Wimbledon, in Queen's Club. Maybe no, Wimbledon. Qualification round. Okay, so it was best 2 out of 3. He beat him in the qualies last year, but the 2 other times was over 4 years ago on the clay. Kopriva's playing a bit better. We have Dellien, right, who is playing a lot. He plays a lot of fucking clay. Majority of his playing is on the clay. So, safe to say he went to Wimbledon, took a set off Lehechka. Impressive enough. And then went right back to the clay. Yeah, he's only been playing on the clay. So, as far as reps goes, he had a match on the 10th. And then we have Kopriva, who 16-7 on the clay this season. And Dellien is 25-15. So win percentage is a bit higher for Dellien. But we haven't gotten a recent win on the clay from Kopriva. And that's just the first round in the French Open. So I like the odds. For Hugo. I like his odds to get the money line there. Even though he's not the favorite. I think him taking a set would be decent. I could see him taking a set off. He was able to take a set off of him last year on the grass. Why wouldn't he be able to do it on the clay? He did just come off winning a challenger tournament on the clay as well. So, right before getting beaten by Lehechka. So, why not? Why not? All right, next we got Gaston. Hugo Gaston going against Tseng. Seems to be limited info for these ones. But they've yet to play each other. Gaston doesn't have the best record on the clay. It's 5-13. Tseng is 20-13 so far. 62, almost 63% win rate. Past 2 years on the clay, he's been pretty decent. So I would take that money line for Tseng. Honestly, given the current form of Gaston this season, 13-21, and then we have Tseng at 26-22. I like the odds of him getting that win there. I don't see this match on FanDuel, so we're gonna have to check on DraftKings, I guess. Bada bing. He's actually minus 140 to win. I'm not mad at that, friends. I'm not mad at that. I like the idea of Hsin getting a dub here. He just didn't look too good losing against Nagal. That wasn't too promising. So both of these guys have been having a rough time. I would take it, but it's the first round, and I would stay away from it ultimately if it's not like for sure. But nothing's for sure, right? Right. So, speaking of that, our next match is two older guys. We got Sebastian Ofner against Damir Dzumhur. And Dzumhur has beaten him 6-2, 6-2 6 years ago on the indoor hard courts in Moscow. Now, Damir Dzumhur, I think he had a pretty... This is the same guy that was in the French Open. He gave Carlos Alcaraz a little bit of a run for his money on that clay, didn't he? He did. He took a set off of him. He beat Perricard as well. Yeah, this guy was balling. He was playing really well in the French Open. But I don't know if that was just because it was Grand Slam mode. Because he lost to Thomas Mahaj pretty fast in Grand Slam mode. So this will be his first match back on the grass. Same with Ofner. Ofner lost to Dimitrov in a third set tiebreak. I would say that's quite a statement. But anyway, the performance on the clay this season, both of them have 16 wins. Ofner is the one with less losses. He has 5 less losses, going with 8 losses on the clay this season, and Dzumhur with 13. Dzumhur is actually statistically a better performer on the clay. He went 29-7 last season, 18-18 the season before. We've gotten a bit of an impressive season from Ofner, though. Can't even fake. He made it to the semis in Geneva. He was going crazy in Rome in the third round. And then he lost to Cerundolo. Made it to the second round, lost against Khachanov, who he ended up beating in Geneva. So, 2 older guys. Ofner's 29, so not too young, but he's not in the top 100. And the grit I see from Dzumhur is worth betting on. Him as well as a spicy pick. The fuck? That's crazy. Okay, well. You never know in the round 1. So, moving on right along, we have Andrea Pellegrino. Interesting. Going against Jaime Faria. This is their first head-to-head. Pellegrino is 29-13 on the clay. Faria is 6-9 on the clay this season. Pellegrino has over 20 wins on the clay season, and over 20 losses as well, except for this current season. So he plays a lot. Only wins 55% of the time. We got Faria, who is 6-9, but he went 27-14 last season and 16-12 the season before. He's got a 60% win rate. He's been on a stinker on the clay. He retired twice. That screams stay away. So, if Pellegrino ends up winning due to some retirement, you can throw your money at it to get it thrown back at you. It's up to you. I'd rather just stay away, though, since it's first round. Then we have Thiago Montiero going against Nikolai Budkov Kjaer. Yeah. All right. These guys have yet to play each other as well. Budkov Kjaer is 18 years old, Norwegian. Going against 30-year-old Brazilian, Thiago Montiero. Let's see, this 18-year-old is 7-8 on the clay. He went 19-6 last year. He's got a 62 win percentage. He's 26-16. Going against somebody who's 432 and 289. for some reason, Thiago Montiero is only favored at minus 182. What are they saying here? What are they trying to tell us? Is this little boy going to get a set? Or is this free money? How's he been playing? He made it to the first round, lost to Jack Jones and Nottingham. What is this, the juniors? Made it to the second round of the qualifications, and Wimbledon got spanked by Mandarino. Lost to Martin Landaluce in 3 sets. All on the grass, but so far his bounce back on the clay, he's been winning. But he got rid of Thiago Seyboth Wild, another 30-year-old Brazilian. Am I wrong? Oh, he's 25. So promising form. Maybe could be good for a set. Maybe could be good for a set. We'll see. If you guys end up playing it, let me know. All right. Then we have 2 more matches. We have Elias Ymer going against Tristan Boyer. First head-to-head for these guys. Got a hometown advantage from Ymer. Our black boy from Sweden. Ranked 264. Going against Tristan Boyer, our American. Ranked 126. Boyer is on a 4-match losing streak across the clay and the grass. Ymer's only lost once on the grass since losing on... once on the clay since losing on the grass once. He is slightly favored at minus 136. I say for the hometown advantage. Why not? Hometown advantage, he might have it down packed. He's 14-12, Ymer, on the clay so far this season. He's 21-16, and Boyer is 3-10 this season so far. He's 13-20. Unless I'm missing something, on paper, the form is just not there. And Ymer seems to be there, but let's see. Ymer just came from going to the quarterfinals in Sassuolo Challenger in Italy. Oh, Susaulo? I don't know. We'll figure it out. He beat Wawrinka in 3 sets. Everybody else I don't know. He beat Shevchenko and Mallorca on the grass. Which doesn't really mean much here. Yeah, I like Ymer's odds here. I like Elias Ymer to get it done here. I hate to bet against the American, but it just seems like the thing. It just seems pretty obvious that he's going to get this done here. Not obvious. We don't know what's obvious. He might just be like, hey, I'm back in Switzerland. People come to my game and watch me play, watch me lose, and go drink after. I don't know. So it could be anything with these people, as we know. We've seen people throw in the towel in the middle of a set, and they're up already a set. So that first round will do it. Anyway, we have Camilo Ugo Carabelli going against Christian Garin as our last match. Just kidding. We have 3 more. Okay. This is their first head-to-head as well. Garin and Carabelli both took a trip down to the grass courts in London. Carabelli did not end up victorious in any of his matches. We got a second round defeat in Wimbledon from Garin, so very promising form. And then coming out of that, he was playing very well on the clay. Carabelli has not been. Carabelli has not been. I like Garin to get the money line here as well. I think he can get this done. Look at this, Jesus. Challenger, final, beat Mitchell Kruger. Lost in the French Open. Second qualification round. Semifinals of Bratislava. Semifinals of Poznan Challenger. He's going to get far in this tournament, so I think I can look at and see that Garin should be able to get that done. Who we have next? We have Michael Ymer. The brother of Elias. The two black brothers of Sweden. This should be great. Well, there's history between him and Botic van der Slip. So far, it's been over 2 years. They haven't played each other since 2023. It was on the grass and the hard courts in Eastbourne and in Dubai. It went back and forth. But Ymer has been the wiser on pretty much every surface. But the hard courts. So it's been 6 years since they played each other on the clay. And it was in the Challenger. It went to 3 sets. Ymer is currently ranked 618. He's been playing in some M25s, lost in the finals there. Botic is literally ranked 100. So he is the top 100 player. Coming onto the clay so far, he lost in Navone about 2 weeks ago, or 4 days ago. But was 6-1ing people in the tournament. So I can see him doing the same thing here. He's minus 240 to win. It's not a bad parlay piece. Him and Garin's plus 150. It's got a flood watch notification, sorry. It's like, oh shit, it's flooding in my house? No. It's going to be flooding money soon, boys. All right, so next we have Marcelo, Tomas, wait. Oh, that's his first name, sorry. We have Tomas Barrios Vera going against Mariano Navone. This is be the third head-to-head. They've played on the clay 3 times 2 years ago. All in that 1 year of 2023. And Navone won the last 2 times, but Tomas had the first win back in March in 3 sets. One thing that's consistent in every match they've played, Navone always gets a set. So if you don't want to take him outright to win, you can definitely get him for a set and it'll be good money. Not good money price-wise, but him winning, I think, is what? Minus 300. So, yeah. I don't think that's decently... I don't think that's priced properly, in my opinion. Let's see. Vera is 25-13 on the clay this season, going 30-18. And Navone is 24-19 this season, going 19-11. This guy's playing better, but not at the same level, right? So, and he's not too far from playing at that level. I mean, the top 100 is one thing, but challengers is another. And both of these guys have been participating in challengers. We did just see Navone just win, and in Germany against Cerundolo in the final on the clay as well. So taking him for a set might not be worth money. Maybe taking the other guy, Vera, for a set would be a little iffy. But if you're looking to do something exciting, that's the play. That's minus 130 for him to get a set. So, nothing too bad. And then last but not least, we have Elmer Moeller going against Filip Miselic. These guys are 3 ranks apart, 102 and 105. Moeller being the higher ranked. Moeller is 21-9, going 24-17 this season. And Miselic is 33-9. Wow. And he's 33-9 and 46-15 this season. So open and close. This could be a close one, but I don't know how close it should be. I think Miselic gets it done, right? 33-9. I mean, who is he beating? He's gotten to the... Whoa. Oh, that's right. He got to the 3rd round. He beat El Chapo. He beat Boo. He beat Shevchenko in the Paris Open. And then right after that, he ended up being like, fuck that. Djokovic beat me. I'm going to come and just win. He bageled 2 people in the final of the Poznan Challenger, and he bageled in the final. The other dude only scored 2 games. Dalibor Svevchina. Damn. That's crazy. He was turned up on that clay. I like him winning. I like that. That looks like a great little winning piece right there. All right, what's next? You know what's next. The moment we've been waiting for this whole video. I know I've been waiting for it. I've been trying to get through it faster. Sorry, we're at 43 minutes. I don't care. This is the first round and we're covering everything. This is what we have to do. We have Los Cabos. On the hard courts. So, without further ado, let's get into them hard courts, shall we? Got a few faces that I'm looking forward to seeing playing. We'll start at the top with today, because there's some matches happening today. We have Hadi Habib going against Kovacevic. Alex Kovacevic. Habib has beaten him before. 6 years ago. So that is irrelevant, and it was on the clay. They're the same age. Habib is 6-6 on the hard court so far. And Kovacevic is 7-5. Bingazo, both of these dudes showed some decent form. I'm going to go with Kovacevic because that's my guy. I'm a fan of his. He plays really well. He's got an interesting skill set and a nice little bag of tools and a nice arsenal he uses. I'm not too mad His backhand, that one-handed jump. I like his net play at times too. I like his forehand. Now, let's see who has. Just going back to how they perform on the hard courts this season. Who did they lose to? Gaston, Diallo, Popperin, O'Connell, and Humbert. All in a row is who Habib has lost to. Kovacevic came off of winning the Capcana 250K Challenger. Beat Demir Dzumhur, Alexander Mueller, Daniel Altmaier, Coleman Wong, Mattia Bellucci. Those are pretty strong people to beat on the hard courts. So without much to think about, Kovacevic should get it done here. That is our guy. How much is he priced at? Oh, minus 330. Of course. They know he's going to win. Sweet. All right, well. The next we have Emilio Nava going against Alexander Vukic. This will be the first time these guys see each other as well. Vukic has not had the strongest hardcourt season so far. He's 3-8, but Nava's even worse, going 0-2 so far on the hard courts this season. He's better on the clay. Spent most of his time playing, I think, on the clay this season. But Nava is on a 3-match losing streak on the hard courts, and Vukic is on a 6-match losing streak on the hard courts. So I would stay away from that match altogether. Seems too volatile to count. All right, and then we have, let's see. We have Alibek Kachmazov going against Juan Pablo Fikovic. No head-to-head history between these guys. Fikovic is 4-3 on the hard courts so far this season, and Kachmazov is 9-6. Kachmazov has about a 50% win rate on the hard courts. Fikovic has about a 46% win rate. So just looking at that alone, I would say Kachmazov probably gets this done here. Russian 22-year-old, ranked 183. Going against the Argentinian 28-year-old, ranked 148. He is the favorite, Kachmazov, so should be looking forward to that. All right, next we have the matches of tomorrow, which will be, I believe, Taro Daniel and Juan Alejandro Hernandez. And they've played each other 2 years ago in the qualification round back in Acapulco in Mexico. Lost 6-2, 6-1. Juan Alejandro Hernandez is Mexican, so he will be playing on home court against him once again. Looking for some revenge, I would imagine. Taro Daniel is 4-9 on the hard courts this season, going 6-19. Hernandez is 8-7, going 17-18. He's ranked 493, so close to being in the top 500. So with that, I would like to think that Taro Daniel wipes the floor with this kid again. Even though he's playing at challengers, this kid's still in M25s, M15s. Everything is more or less in Mexico until he seems to get a little bit of money to go out of the country. But he's been losing a bunch, so I can see why they're playing each other again back in Mexico. I can see Taro taking this. He's minus 300 to win. So don't be surprised though. He on his home soil. Hernandez might do something. I don't know. You don't know what you can get from these guys when they're on their home court. All right, next we have Duckworth and Manarino, which they don't play until, oh yeah, they play at 9 o'clock. So all the rest of these matches will be the late night matches. Oh, so I'll leave that for tomorrow's video then. I'll cover those tomorrow and give you guys some time to breathe. And you guys can get some bets in for tomorrow and for tonight. All right, so looking forward to catching you guys in the next one. As you know, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date and also support the channel. I appreciate every last one of you guys. You guys have got me almost 200 subs. That's crazy. I had 73 4 weeks ago now. So let's keep it going. Let's try to get to 500 and keep it climbing. I love you all. Be smooth. Take care of yourself and bet well.